Welcome back. In this session, we are going to learn how to set up rooms for front desk. Yeah. So we go to our menu here, then navigate to room configuration. We click on the room configuration. So we will start from building, floor, room type, and then we set up our guest room areas, and then rate management, and maybe you list your room online as well. So you go to building, so that's where you're going to set up the number of buildings you have within your hotel environment. So let's say we have one only one building, so I'll say the number of building number one, and maybe you have a name for that particular building. So let me call that building Chroma. Okay, and I'll save. So that's the building for the Kwame Nkrumah, or it can be your hotel name. Fine. Okay, so now let me go and then type floor. Maybe it's a story building. So with this building, I have a floor number of 1, and then I can say floor, or I can say the ground floor. Ground floor. Ground floor, and I will save. That is the ground floor, and then that is, you can see your first floor. So it's just first floor, ground floor and first floor. Yeah, so we only have 2 floors. Okay, and you can go to our room type. So you go to room type and set up our room types. So maybe we have a room standard room going for, let's say, 450. We have executive going for, let's say, 650, and maybe we have suites or suits depending on how you want you want to say it. Okay, some say suites, some also say suits. Okay, so let's say that one is 850. Okay, so we have 3 types of rooms within our hotel. Okay, so after that we go to the guest room. That's where we are going to set up our rooms. That's where we are going to set up our room. So within the building, we have to select our lock type. Okay, so by default you can select MiFi or Thermic or Key Plus, any of them that you want to select. Even if you don't have a lock, it's manual lock, you can use any of them. So you can choose. But if you have the lock, you should know, you should be sure of what you choose. If it's a MiFi lock, you should choose MiFi lock. If it's Thermic, you should choose Thermic. If it's Key Plus, you should choose a Key Plus, as you will not be able to issue the card for the door. But if you are not using card for door, you can choose any of them, it will work. So mostly I will use the MiFi, and so in case later I want to add card system to the software and it's MiFi, fine, I can use um, it and integrate into the system. Okay, so we also have the building. So we choose our building as Kwame Nkrumah, and then the floors will appear. So the ground floor, and then we come and then choose standard room. So from the ground floor we have 101, and then look location, the location of that room, or you can give it anything, or you just have to leave it. Yeah, you just have to leave it. You just have to leave it. You see ground floor. You can put ground floor. Okay, the location is a ground floor. And description of special name. So some hotels they have names for the rooms. They have names for the rooms. Like they don't give numbers to the rooms, but the numbers are needed here. So if you have special name for the rooms, you can input here. Yeah, some have names like Nyamiche, Nyamiche room, or anything. Yeah, they have special name for for the room. So if you don't have any special, you can just put the room number there as well, and you save. So here we've saved our room, and then this room is in the MiFi. So the first, it will give you a lock number. So the first one is the building number, the floor number, and then the room number. So building one, floor one, room 101, or that is floor one, room one. Okay, so we can go room two. Two is a standard room. Okay, room three is a standard room. Okay, you have three rooms there. Okay, let's change to executive. That's within the first floor. We have room 4. Yeah, room 4. Okay, it's executive. And we have 5 rooms down there, and we have 1 suite. That's 105. Okay, so I can save this one too. So okay, so we are moving to our next floor. That's the first floor. So with the first floor, we also have some standard room, and with the first floor to you can decide to choose from there. So that's the floor 2. So you can decide to continue with 106, 107, or you continue with 206, either 206 or 201. It depends on how you want to you want to number your rooms. So okay, so we are continuing with the 5. So but we want to use the floor number, so we say 206, and we come here and say 206. Okay, so let's say this is first floor. So let's give this room location as first floor, and 206. We have 207. Two 208, and 209. Okay, so we have some standards. So and then from there we got some suites. That is 210, 210, 211, and then that's the 211, right? Okay, sure, that's 211. Let me go here and okay, we have a 211 here. 212. Okay, 212, and okay, so we are done with our room setup. and we can go to areas. So areas, there are some special access points for in case you are using the smart lock system. You want to put some security points, you call it common doors or areas, so you have to set up them here if in case you have some. So you have to give the area a number and then the name as so let's say you have areas that you want guests to access, use the card to access. So let's put area one here and say gym, and then area two, and then we can see restaurants. Okay, you can say restaurants. Okay, we have these two areas that guests can use the card to access. Okay, we also have rate management. So this is the rate management. By default, we have our rate type here. This is the default rate for the room that we set up. But in case you want to create special rates, so let's say this standard may have different rate under it, and then this executive may have another different rate, or maybe you may have a corporate rate, or you want a rate that will appear in all the rooms. So we say all room type rates. Yeah. So this particular rate will appear in all the rooms. So let's say standard, and then the standard of 450, but we want to give the standard to, let's say, MTN. Anytime MTN come here, we want to give the standard to them as 420 rather. So so anytime they come and then we want to give them the standard is 420. That's so we created a special rate for MTN and that the standard rooms. Okay. So for the list room online, you come there later, and then and then walk through how you set up the list your room online. But these are the steps to set up your rooms. So you start from building floor, room type, guest room area, and then rate management. So the rate management you can create it anytime you want. So after this, you come to our dashboard, and come to our dashboard. You can click on front desk here or here, any of them. So our license is expiring, so that's why it prompted the Clefmate subscription expires in 13 days. So activate now. So maybe you have to click on it, but um, we don't want to activate, so we just continue with. So let me click on the front desk and see the room that we set up. Wow. Okay. So these are the room that we set up from the room configuration. Yeah. So these are the room that we set up from the room configuration. Thank you. So in the next session, we will walk through the front desk and how it works.